BFDI Teapot, Nothing But the Truth, by Existing Man. The episode takes place sometime after Teapot 15. The episode opens with all the debaters who were sent to the past sitting on chairs in a circle, except Leek. Conchal is also there. It opens in the middle of Disky talking aloud to the rest of the group. And it all just felt so right. Yes, I was being chased the entire time, but still, I just felt so relevant. Like I was right where I belonged. I don't know how I can go back to this. Yes, we all understand why you felt that way, and it is also exactly why we have these sections. We're gonna help each other move on. Is there anyone who would like to share? ITRD raises his hand eagerly. Yes, Doc. ITRD stands up from his chair. I know we've all struggled with this whole event, and these sessions have certainly helped us get through the hardship. But what is this? The fourth time we've done this? I think it's safe to say that these meetings have done their job, and we can move on. That's easy for you to say. You actually did change the future. You made yourself the star of the show. ITRD scoffs. Only momentarily. No one is forcing you to go to these meetings either, you know. Well, you know what? Okay, I think we'll end this session off early. Bye, everyone. She glares at ITRD. He looks the other way. Thanks for letting us borrow the room, Conchal. She uncomfortably looks at the pink eye painting while rolling out. No problem. Everyone is leaving the room. By the way, has anyone seen Leek? He hasn't shown up for any of our sessions, muttering to herself. I don't even think I've seen him since we were recovered. Blunder, who was randomly passing by, overhears her. I haven't seen him either. Maybe he's in his room? Maybe. Let's check up on him. Scene change. They are now by the door to Leek's room. Here we are. They go in. It is almost completely dark in the room when they go in. The light from the hallway covers the room little by little as Blender opens it, before revealing Leek hunched over a bulletin board with images connected by strings between them. A tiny lamp stands beside him. He turns around with the light hits him. He looks like he hasn't slept in a while. Yeah, what are you doing? You can't disturb me now. This is important. Hey, buddy. We were just wondering what you were doing. We haven't seen you around much lately. What I've been doing? What have I been doing? I've unearthed a huge conspiracy. Let me ask you, shopping cart. Do you recognize this man? He gestures to the photo in the middle of the bulletin board, which we get to see clearly for the first time. In the middle, there's a large blank photo, which is tied to the 4 smaller photos depicting Fiery, Ruby, 2, and the announcer. Surrounding these photos are images of various scenes Non-Existy has been mentioned in. There's lots of writing covering the entire board. What? There's nothing there. Right, Non-Existy. Correct. And have you seen him lately? Well, have I ever really? Didn't think so. And guess what? That's because he's been kidnapped, swept up right under our noses. What makes you say that? TV and I pulled an all-nighter. We watched through the entire show and noted when Non-Existy showed up. And guess what? He just disappears after Teapot 1 without a trace. Blender is contemplating what Leek is saying deeply while shopping cart looks fed up. And where's TV now then? He started saying how what I was doing was unhealthy and that I should talk to someone about my problems. By then, I knew he wasn't committed, so I kicked him out. Leek does a kicking motion before crouching down like a gremlin and panting heavily with a maniac look on his face. Blender is still contemplating what they're being told. You know what? I see it. Yes, my guy. They high five. How? ITRD is randomly walking by when he hears the commotion. He peeks his head in. Are you seriously still going on about that? He walks in. Non-existy isn't real. He's probably just some elaborate joke or something. Oh, you innocent fool. Income tax reform. ITRD interrupts him. Income tax return document. Then Leak interrupts him back. Taxi. I'll call you Taxi. That is exactly what they want you to think, Taxi. Scissors and ITRD share a look. I've gathered a list of suspects, he gestured to the images. We have two and the announcer. For obvious reasons, we have Ruby because of some suspicious hints of cooperation. And Fiery. Why Fiery? Leak gets right up in her face. Because he tasted peanut butter. What? Everyone knows that nothingness tastes like peanut butter. Absolutely correct, Blender. You have earned a gold star. He places a gold star on Blender's button. Nice. You guys should really learn from them, you know. Shopping cart size. Have you, tried just asking too about where he is? He's part of the whole conspiracy. He'd probably act like nothing. Alright then, I'll try. Good luck. It seems like the brainwashers got to her. You gotta be realizing that at least some of this sounds crazy, right? I don't know. We see from the outside of the room as shopping cart leaves the room and goes over to the elevator. We can only hear the others. Anyway, I believe that all of our suspects have worked together to trap him in a safe, and each of them holds one of the numbers for a code. 2 is 2, of course. Fiery is 7. Why is Fiery 7? It's so obvious, I won't even explain it. I can't figure out what number the announcer is, though. Oh, and Ruby is 3 because she kind of looks like a triangle. Maybe the announcer is 6 because he has 6 sides? Yes, that works. Absolutely brilliant, Blender. What would I do without you? IGRD groans. Scene change. 2 is standing outside doing nothing particular as shopping cart rolls up. Hey 2, do you know where Non-Existy is? I don't think he's been here since the first episode. Non-Existy, eh? No, sorry, but I do have his address. His address? 2 is writing something on a piece of paper. Yeah, he lives right here. The shopping cart only glances at the card when 2 gives it to her. Oh, thanks, I guess. She starts returning to the hotel. Good luck finding him. Scene change. Leak and Blender are inspecting the billboard. ITRD is sitting on a chair looking bored. They all pay attention to when shopping cart when she rolls into the room and starts stalking. So I asked 2, and he gave me an address. Non-Existy has a house? Cool, gimme. He runs over to shopping cart and takes the note. He then reads it. Leech Street. Where's that? Oh, I know where it is. It's in New Yellen City. New Yellen City? It's this huge city to the north of Goiki. That name sounds like a parody. Hey now, the Big Orange has been an important industrial city throughout history. Whatever, let's go. Leek runs out the door and Blender follows him. We better follow them. Fine. Scene change. Leek and Blender have just left the hotel. They're walking. What about the conspiracy? It had a lot of holes. They walk off screen. ITRD and SC leave the hotel behind them. So, how did you get 2 in on it? In on what? This prank. How'd you get 2 to give you a fake address? Well, you could have just made it on your own, I guess. It's not a fake address, and this isn't a prank. 2 actually gave this to me. Yeah, right. The 4 bump into PDA. Oh, hey guys, where are you going? ITRD and SC. looking nervous behind the two optimists. We're gonna find non-existy, Leak stands proudly. Oh, cool. ITRD and SC relax. Wait, you're doing what? The two tense up again. Finding non-existy. PDA looks like she's about to laugh. You're gonna find non-existy? Yeah. You're gonna find something that doesn't exist? PDA is struggling to talk due to laughing. Our gang all have the same sad expression on their face. His name is literally non-existy. He doesn't exist. You're literally gonna go find nothing. She points behind them at nothing. Look, I found him for you. He's right there. Blender turns around to look, but Leek turns them back again. Oh, thanks for giving me a good laugh. She walks off, still laughing. A silence follows, broken by ITRD. This is getting off to a really good start. Leek suddenly snaps out of it and starts acting like nothing happened. No need to be sappy. Let's go shoppy. Alright. Hop in. Leek hops in the front and Blender awkwardly gets on behind him. I can't fit. Blender's too big. Sorry. I have an idea. Leek jumps out of SC and starts folding up ITRD. Hey, wait, what are you... Leek shoves him behind Blender and jumps in. Show us the way, Bundy. Blender points in a direction and shopping cart starts moving. The next scene mimics the one from the Thanks for 1.5 million subscribers video. Maybe some new scenes referencing other areas are thrown in. When they pass by the city, Blender starts shouting, "Stop!" SC breaks. There it is. Wow, that is a large city. A muffled sound is heard from IGRD. Scene changed to at the outskirt of the city. Maybe there could be some established shots of objects walking in the street with suitcases and other stuff similar to what we see in the opening of 1. A very different feel to normal BFDI. Leek and Blender jump out of shopping cart. Leek picks up ITRD and unfolds him. He gasps loudly. So this is New Yellen City, huh? Yep. While we're off doing our silly games, this is where stuff really happens. ITRD stands proudly as if he was the one who founded the city. How are we ever gonna find a single street here? Blender points somewhere. The view switches to show an apartment building with a giant neon sign on top that says Leech Street. The gang walks on screen. So Leech Street is an apartment building. Huh. Let's go inside and find non-existy. A montage starts of the gang going door to door and asking about non-existy. They always get denied. There could also be many gags here too, of course. They end up back outside with no leads. They all look sad except IGRD, who's smiling smugly. Man, I really thought this was it. That someone would finally find non-existy. Hey, it's alright. Maybe two wrote the wrong address? Leek pulls out the note and looks at it again. Yeah, maybe. They all look confused as ITRD. He smiles with glee. You got pranked. Huh? It was all Shoppy's idea. She faked the note. What? No, I didn't. I'd expect this from Taxi, but from you? Come on, man. No, I swear the note is real. She grabs the note from Leek and for the first time reads it. I got this note from... and... There's a silence as she contemplates what she's seen. Leek? Yeah? This does not say Leek Street. Huh? This says Street 1337. She shows us the note where it very clearly says Street 1337. Blender grabs the note and reads it. They then turn it upside down. You read it upside down? Oh. Wait, what? He grabs the note. How is that even possible? The word street would still be upside down. He shows the note upside down. In response, Leek does an exaggerated shrug and does a face directed at the camera. Whoopsies. A laugh track plays. Enough. Let's just go to the other place. But how are we gonna find another place in this huge city? Blender once again points somewhere, and we're shown that Street 1337 is another apartment building straight across from Leech Street. Our gang walks up. Ah, it's right there, and it's another apartment. How convenient. They walk over to the entrance. Guess we're gonna have to go through every door again. There's a list of names here. Convenient times two. Leek scans through the list with his finger. Aha! His finger stops over the name Inexisty. Room 202. Wait, what? I knew it! He exists! Wait, no, he doesn't. Let's just go. Small scene changes. They now stand outside door 202. Here it is, door 202. Leek knocks on the door. Aren't you guys excited? Yeah. I don't know what to think anymore. We can hear the door unlocking before it finally opens. Unsurprisingly, no one is standing behind it. A disembodied voice starts speaking. I decided to give him a voice. I truly don't know how he could work with that one. Hello? He speaks! Yeah. Oh my garden, Mr. Existy! As he says, this barges into the apartment, knocking non-Existy off balance. The apartment is very clean and generic looking. Whoa. It is so nice to meet you. It is. Leek walks over to a chair and sits down on it. SC and ITRD stand by the entrance. Of course, your fight to get onto the show, but it being barely out of reach time and time again is truly an inspiring tale. What are you talking about? I'm talking about BFDI. You were a debuter like 3 times, but didn't get enough votes to join. Except the one time you did. Don't you remember? No. Wait, you don't know what BFDI is? No, is that an acronym? What? That doesn't make any sense. So he wasn't there? Ha! I was right. Technically, I'm not anywhere. But how is that possible? Maybe Doc's right. Maybe he just wasn't there. They say as they go inside and sit on Non-Existy's sofa at the front of the room. But how could he not be there? He was in the LOL, wasn't he? 4 strangers are currently inside my house talking to me like they've known me forever. Can I please have an explanation here? You're a debuter for Battle for Dream Island, a game show. You've been close to joining a season like 3 times or something. So I have been a contestant on this game show without me actually knowing it. You never did join. Well, in our defense, we all thought you were there because, you know. Fair enough. But still, how does that happen? Suddenly, our 4 main characters all start thinking at the same time, and a collective thought bubble appears above their heads. In it, we see the announcer as he enters Non-Existy's apartment. Non-Existy is not there. Hello? Non-Existy? The speaker box looks around. I have come to invite you to BFDI. He looks around even more. I'm going to assume you're here. Show up on the 1st of April for a chance to join the world-famous game show BFDI. We return to the real world. No clue. Wait, how would it go with 2? What? They all start thinking again in this thought bubble. We see the exact same scenario. Hello? Non-Existy? The Algebraian looks around. I've come to invite you to TPOT. He looks around even more. Alright, I'm just gonna assume you're here. ITRD cuts the dream off. Alright, we get it. Still no clue. You guys freak me out. So, what's it like not existing? Can you go through walls and stuff? Oh, thanks for asking. Not a lot of people do, surprisingly. It's pretty weird being everywhere and nowhere at once. As non existing talks, the focus shifts to IDRD and SC. I can't believe he's actually real. Link was right this entire time, even if he had some backwards ways of getting there. You've kind of been a jerk to him today. Maybe you could at least apologize? IDRD hesitates for a second. Fine, I suppose I've been a little rude. Cut to the others, Noxus is still talking. It's not all good, though. A lot of the time I feel like people forget I'm there and ignore me. ITRD walks up and interrupts him. Hey, Leek. I, just wanted to tell you that you did good today. What? I was wrong and you were right, okay? Sure, dude. What were you about to say, Nani? Don't call me that. ITRD stomps off towards SC, who's now standing by the door. I guess he didn't care much. You don't say. Cut back to the leak, butter and non-existent. So yeah, that's how it's like being non-existent. There's still something that doesn't make sense. SC and IDRD walk back into the frame. What? Why did Ruby act like you were there in episode 18? Wait, you guys know Ruby? She was in that game show? She was. Do you know her? Yeah, not much anymore though. Maybe around 14 to 15 years ago. Hold on, I can call her. The phone that was lying on a table suddenly starts levitating as if someone were to have picked it up. A dial tone follows, then Ruby picks up. Ruby here. It's non-existent. Oh, Nani, it's been such a long time. Sure has. Say, did you ever make up a lie about me being on, BFDI? BFPI? Oh, right. Yeah, I did do that. When the announcer told me that he'd asked if you wanted to join BFDI, but wasn't sure if you'd gotten the message, I told him that you did and that you were right there right now. He totally believed me, so I just went with it. But why? I thought it was funny. Every character in the room muttered in agreement. I have to go now, actually. I'm dealing with a bit of a situation right now. As the phone call goes on, Wonder wanders off screen. Is it one of your sisters again? A lot has happened in 15 years, man. Maybe I could catch you up on it if you join BFDI. Maybe. Alright, bye, bestie. She hangs up. Bye. Silence follows. So, how long are you guys planning to stay here? I don't know, a day, a week, maybe a few months? That's the interruption. Or we can leave right now for bothering you. Well, yeah, it kinda is. I don't really like having people in my house. SC is surprised by his bluntness, and Leek is disappointed. ITRD doesn't really care. Blender's just gone. Alright then, let's leave Leek. Aw, man. Can I at least have a selfie with you to show the others? That's incredibly pointless, but if that's what makes you leave... It sure does. Leek pulls out a phone and takes a picture of himself and nothing. Nice. Alright, let's go. ITRD and SC go out the door. Leek falls, but before closing the door behind him, he peeks his head inside. Just one more thing. Are you gonna join BFDI? There's pretty cool prizes for winning. Lonnie says he hesitates for a bit. We'll see. Good enough for me. He closes the door, transitioning to the hotel as Leek, SC, and ITRD enter. PDA is in the lobby when SC and ITRD see them. They immediately look dejected. So, explorers, how did it go? No luck, sadly. Leek cuts her off. It went great. We found him. He's real, and I even have proof. Oh, do you now? Yeah, look at this selfie I took with him. Lee takes out his phone and we get to see the picture with him and non-existing ceiling for the first time. PDA bursts out laughing once again and walks off. The sad expression returns to Lee's face. Hey, it's alright. At least we know that he's real, right? You know what? You're right. I'm gonna go look on the bright side of this. I met non-existing today, and he might come to compete with us too. That's all I need. League stands proud. We forgot a blender, by the way. League is dumbfounded. We cut back to non-existing's house. Splinter is back to sitting on the sofa, smiling. Maybe some cricket sounds. So, are they gonna pick you up, or what? I don't know. I don't think so. What? You think they're just gonna leave you here? It was a long drive. I wouldn't blame them. Sounds. Alright then. The credits roll as Blender sits there and the crickets chirp. After the credits, the screen turns black and huge white text appears saying, Non-existing will return. Then after a few seconds, ITRD walks on the screen. What is this? Some kind of superhero movie? Get out! He walks over to the text and pushes it off the screen. Once he's gone, Leek runs on screen and writes the statement back onto the screen with a white marker. He waggles his eyebrows and runs off. Finn.